Good morning. It's Christmas Eve day, and did a little work over the last few days. I installed the SureFlow expansion tank on my water system. So, right after the 12-volt pump, the output of the pump used to go directly down to that the blue pipe into the cold water line. So, I just took the little connection that came with the pump and made a few more PEX fittings and plumbed in the expansion tank. So that should give it a little more buffering on the water pressure, and just, I guess that's the right thing to do. So that should work fine. I'm going to actually bolt it to the back wall. We're just going to cut out some spacers. It's about an inch from the back wall. So that should be easy to do. Oh yeah, and I also have to pressurize it to like 30 psi. So I'll get the airline in here and pump that up at some point. Might pop it out. There's no water in the system, so I can take it back out if it's easier to do it outside than in here. So that one's done. The next step is I've got the drain pipe from my sink, which you can see is disconnected. Just after 5 years of using the Schoolie, I've noticed that the sink was dripping a little bit. So the plumber's putty and the seal kind of got shaken around a bit with the hard connection from the sink all the way over to the wall, just from the vibrations of traveling and things. So I'm going to put in a flexible connection in this straight pipe. And I hate plumbing because that's a 1¼ inch pipe. I went to Home Depot, bought these fittings that were labeled as 1¼ inch. They're too big. Trust me, they're too big. They're 1.5 inches. So I've got to go back to Home Depot today and get the right fittings. I think I'll cut out a section of that just to bring the pipe with me. There's many instances in plumbing where things are not as they're labeled. So we'll figure it out. It'll be easy. I already did this on my gray water tank line because, again, it was bolted directly to the chassis and things were shifting around a little bit. So I think I'm going to do this on my shower drain as well, just to get a little flexibility between the body of the bus and the interior cabinets, to just a little bit of vibration over the many miles. So that's the plumbing update for today. I'll go show you the shelving units that I've installed next. Hello, about to run down to Home Depot to grab the plumbing fixtures, and just want to show you how I'm going to get there, because I don't really want to take the bus. Just no need to drive that for a short distance. So this is how I'm going to get there. So this is my alternate form of transportation that lives in the back of the bus. My little 2023 Honda Monkey. Just goes up into the back on a wheelchair lift. And done a few little modifications, just aesthetic stuff to it, no mechanical changes. But it's a fun little ride. Gets me around. And whenever I park the bus on adventures, I can just take this guy out and go exploring. So I'll be back with my plumbing pieces shortly. So I'm back from Home Depot. Ended up bringing a small piece of the drain pipe with me, so I had to make sure I get the right size. So previously I had 3 fittings to step it down to this pipe. I now just have 2 per side, so it was a little bit cheaper, and that'll work fine. So I'm just gonna warm up the bus a little bit, maybe try to get this a little bit warmed up so I can straighten it out a little bit. I don't want it to go on a curve. And while I was out on the bike, I picked up a little safe that I'll bolt in somewhere inside the bus. It's the smallest one I could find, and it should work fine. So I will update you once I get this all installed. More progress on the plumbing front. So the section of flexible hose that I wanted, I've straightened out using the heater and one of my long screwdrivers. So that's straight enough to work with. So I'll use that. and I'm resealing the drain in the sink. It's just over the miles and the years. The plumber's putty probably dried up. It shifted around a little bit with vibration, so it was just leaking around the seal underneath. So I'm not sure I really needed to get it. I guess the gasket's really okay. I thought the gasket was flaking off, but it was just the paper covering. But anyway, I got a new ring and gasket I'll put in and reseal it with new plumber's putty. And then I'll get underneath and connect the new flexible drain lines, new flexible drain line with the rubber hose. And that should solve any vibration issues in the future. So I'll show you everything when it's all done. Here's the finished plumbing for the drain pipe on the sink. Everything worked out well. So now there won't be any vibrations between the body of the schoolie and the sink. So that should keep everything nice and tight. And up on top here is the new, well, not the new drain, but that's all sealed up with plumber's putty as well. I'll be back with more updates later. Thanks for watching.